Good morning, guys. As you can see, I am back at Corco V1. Today is a sad but important day. It is time to tidy up Corco V1. I've actually realised from some feedback from the guys at the estate that I've made a bit of a mistake. When I went on tour in November, I should have tidied up. I should have taken all the soft stuff down, like the tent, the slack line and the hammock, and sort of packed up for the season, if you will. I didn't think of it like that because it was just home, it was just where I was, but I should have done that. Like, I'm embarrassed to show you, with the storms and stuff that have come in, it's made a mess. But this will take like half an hour to tidy up, so why didn't I do it? Anyway, needless to say, I can kind of see now that there's 3 layers to tidying up and getting out of here. You know, the first one, getting the soft stuff out and tidying up the actual bits of mess. The second is getting all the smaller furnishings out, like the wood, the bar, the dance floor, things like that. And then the third is actually getting the huts out. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the huts out today or tomorrow, but I sure as hell can get everything else tidied, organised. You know, when I speak with the landlord of the estate, we both agree that 20 or 30% of the whole experiment of last year being here is about finishing, is about how do you leave, and is about what kind of impact do you leave once you are gone. And so it is not lost on me that this is of vital importance. I guess I didn't think about finishing here properly until I knew what phase 2 and version 2 was. We have that now, so now there is nothing left to do but to get all of this absolutely sorted. It begins. I can see now why people like to make things out of brick, to make a shrine out of things. Psychologically, it's too challenging to see the places disappear where their life has existed. But that's the way it is, unfortunately. Things grow, they have a chance to flourish, and then they will die. The question is whether they actually flourish before they die. Even things like this literally is just a pallet leaning against a tree. I remember my friend Chris put this up here about 9 months ago. And so many people have sat there and enjoyed it, and now it's just pallets again. It literally deconstructs the psychological idea I have of home and friendship and everything, and now it's just a pile of pallets immediately. This is more challenging than I thought. Oh, there's my table. No, not a table, just a cable wheel. Shame on you. The estate guys made a good point this morning but some people just walk in here just thinking it's just normal woodland. So, you know, what would they think this is? I mean, this looks cute, obviously, but then some of the mess does look like it's been abandoned. It either needs to be lived in, there needs to be someone present so that they can answer for it, and sort of, it kind of makes sense when you see someone pottering around, like even today. No one would be upset today because they can see I'm active. Or it needs to be completely ordered and clearly ready for the next stage in the process. Lord, it took all that shame, pain, I set man free. Okay, well, it's a bit of a bruise, definitely a dent in there. I'd like to have thought it didn't make any impression at all, but I wonder if that will sort of settle down. That was an oak tree. Let's see about the Scots pine. Well, you can definitely see we used it. Yeah, definitely see we've been here. Shame. I can already tell this is not going to be perfect, the idea of no trace. This side has got a bit bigger than I would have probably thought, but nothing that one person isn't sorting out in a morning. So that's pretty good, really, to use it for a year and one person be able to sort half of it out in the morning. And I got that fire on the mountain, fire in my soul. It's been a long time coming, long time, and I'm ready to go. It's definitely sad to see some things like this. My chopping board, I did not look after that, and that is wasted. And although the old piano was only 50 quid off eBay and it was on its way out, it is shocking and a word of warning because the canopy broke down. It got rained on and oh my gosh, wow. It looks like it could have been here 100 years. You know when people say, oh, if you're not careful it'll turn into a hole. I'm a bit shocked at how quickly things turn into a hole. Like, this piano was beautiful. Depends how you value it, doesn't it? It was 50 quid. I only bought it in for the event. I didn't even know if it would work. Do I regret it? It's hard to say that too, isn't it? Because you need to do these learnings. It's good to share these with you too. I've never seen what happens when you let things get dilapidated. We tend to just throw them away straight away. The keys are stiff. Obviously it'd be a lot easier for me not to show you guys this part of the project, but I think it's part of every life and death cycle is the gritty bit, the gnarly bit, because it is not a complete experiment until I show you the bits that aren't quite right. Will we be out of here? Will it go back to normal? Yes. Like, do I think the overall experiment has integrity? Absolutely. I was just here with the woodsman this morning. What he's saying is, you're just a couple of months too late. You should have done this before you went on tour. And I agree, but there's still some sadness in amongst it all. And when the world come down the ride. Look at my kettle and my barbecue. They literally look like artifacts from the war. This was most of my way of living throughout the whole year. My knife, left this outside. That is going to take some love. Because it's not sterile out here, because the weather's always changing and the environment's doing its thing. That's what I love about it. Philosophically, that's what's changed my life. But I guess the other side of that coin is that if you don't tend to your life, it is a way of life, and if you don't tend to it, it dilapidates. It dilapidates quicker than I could have imagined. As with all things in life though, it's not about not making mistakes. The main event starts when you make a mistake. That's when people are watching to see how is it managed. How do you respond when you're told that you've made a mistake? Now hopefully I'm responding in the way that the people that matter will understand. In lieu of having good awareness, all we can do is respond to the information that we have and try and build our awareness over time. I guess the whole point of this journey this year has been to take full responsibility for the whole process so that I understand it and respect it. Listen, keep listening, keep learning. Sing it on the mountain, a fight in the valley low. Just comes off like that. Wow. Been at it for quite a long time now, but look, I've almost managed to expose the keys. I still think it could be quite cool just taking the harp out and hanging it on a tree in B2. I just turned the toilet lid back over to finally see what's going on, and that hornet nest became quite amazing in the end. Glad there's no one in there though. Version 1. I think I finally understand why people used to burn flags. It cuts right to the core of the identity. I feel weird even burning that sign. Literally all the things I worked for last year. This is the difference between an experiment and actually building a life. I have to remind myself it was an experiment. I wasn't quite building a life. What comes with are the huts. There goes the wood store. Hut's mobile again. This is far too wet, far too muddy to be pulling out the huts though today, because if we did that, it would be game over. It would just leave massive tracks everywhere, and I don't want to do that. So have to wait till it either freezes or gets a bit drier. I really want to get the huts over because I want this transition to be over so we can focus on the V2 chapter and being more sort of outwardly focused. But one thing at a time.
I said peace runs deep, deep in here.
I finally just ate something at 4 p.m. I haven't drunk or eaten anything all day. If all the days were like this, I think I'd probably give up. So I just have to remember that tomorrow will be better. I guess you can say that ending well is an important part of the journey, but it is not a fun part. I'm going to miss this quiet. I think the thing I can see now is that as the year kind of grows, you know, through January we get ready for spring and put stuff in the ground and it grows, and in summer it flourishes, and then autumn things begin to fall, and then winter it really dies. I think I need to sort of rein in what I'm doing. I should have packed most of this social stuff away in October. I should have packed it away in October. So that's the thing it's really hot. That's the thing I'm learning now, is that there's almost two. There's the on season and the off season, the kind of the intimate winter and the more full, fun, flourishing summer. And I think that ends in September, and then October I need to pack that away before I go around talking to people. Lesson learned. I'll see you guys next Thursday, 9 p.m. Take care of yourselves and look after each other.